the 7th Köhler romantic etude. Köhler titles this one In the Moonlight, and it features a Sicilian-like melody. In the first measure, it's written dolce y con espressivo, which basically means sweet and with expression. Most flutists, when they see espressivo, they sort of vibrato it up. I think too much vibrato might obstruct from the direction of the phrase. Vibrato is about your musicality, your preference, and it should come naturally. Vibrato is really how you're going to turn this etude into your own sort of song. There's a really tricky section. The last two measures of the second line, we slur up to a high F from really low notes. And this is quite difficult, especially while trying to maintain the rhythmic integrity and the phrase. My tip with this, as with most things, is to practice it very slowly. And try to limit the amount of changing that you're doing with your lips and with your mouth as a whole when reaching up for those high Fs. You really should not have to be going If you're doing that, you're really kind of obstructing from the line. And it's not like the high Fs are supposed to be 10 times louder than everything else in the line. It wasn't really intended to be like that. The Fs are not that important. So don't scream them out, don't push them out. It should feel natural and comfortable. Practicing this slowly will definitely help with that. Tension is also really critical in this area, because when you're trying to get these high notes out, especially with all high notes, we tend to play tense. And to limit this tension as much as possible will really be needed in these measures. The middle section after the key change into E flat major says più vivo and con spirito. This basically means with spirit, and più vivo, it should be energetic, it should be faster than the beginning. You don't want to play this at the same tempo, or else there won't be much of a distinction. And it's also in a different key. It's really important to emphasize that. It's in E flat major, whereas in the beginning we were in B flat major. And to emphasize this, I would recommend emphasizing the E flat in the first measure of the più vivo. You're literally playing an E flat major arpeggio. The tonality is clearly defined, but to really emphasize that this is E flat, play that E flat like it's important. The dynamics are also very challenging here, because in the first two measures of the più vivo section, we have forte. Right after that, we have two measures of piano. It says delicato, meaning delicate. Two measures after that, we're back to forte, then piano, then forte, then piano, then forte, then piano. And then we're back into the melody. Emphasizing these two-bar phrases and emphasizing the dynamics will really help with your phrasing. Your forte sections want to be really out, open, broad, heavy. Your delicate piano sections need to be, of course, quiet. Don't slow down, because the energy still needs to be there. Even though it's written piano and delicate, it should be sweet, but the energy is still there. Practicing with the metronome will definitely help this. When we come back to the melody after the più vivo section, when it's written tempo primo, I urge you to play this like the beginning, but change one thing. Just do one thing different. If you play the exact same way you played in the beginning, no one's going to want to hear that. They already heard it. The notes are the same, the rhythm is the same, everything is the same. But with your phrasing, with your musicality, it's important to have variety. Of course, you don't want to play this in a completely different style than the beginning. It is the same. But don't just play it so bland, because this can easily get quite boring. And it's an etude, and etudes don't have to be boring. They can be fun. So I urge you to try to do something different. It can be a personal stylistic choice. Just try something. The last two measures, we have a perfect authentic cadence. We're basically playing a 5 chord and then the 1 chord. The 5 chord is when we go, and the 1 chord is. This is written piano. It should be very delicate, and it shouldn't be long. They're 8th notes, and there's a lot of rests. The silence is your friend. Don't be scared of the silence. Silence is just as important as when you are playing in a romantic piece like this. Using the silence, making sure you're counting the rests, will aid in the musicality. It won't obstruct from anything, and don't rush the rests. You have time to breathe, and the space is what makes it interesting. This shouldn't be played like this. While that's fun, that's not what's written. And even add a little bit of vibrato on those notes. Make it interesting. If you're not having fun, then what's the point? Make it fun, make it interesting. Make you like it so the person that's listening to it can also like it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you did, please leave a like and comment if you have any questions. I'll actually be recording all of these Köhler romantic etudes in succession and teaching them as well on my YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe if you're playing anything else from this book. If you want to take lessons with me personally, my website is devynflute.com, and you can book lessons with me there. And yeah, I'll see you in the next Köhler romantic etude. See you.